Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Lynn with Little Learner Printables, and as promised, I'm going to be doing a two-part presentation on what the healthy home environment looks like. The purpose for this presentation is that it is connected to social and emotional development as well as other foundational skills that young children need in preparation for kindergarten readiness and for life beyond that. This will also cover older children that you might have in the home. As you've heard me say many times, learning begins at birth and it starts at home. So let's get started. Today's presentation topics include what a healthy home environment looks like, the negative impact of an unhealthy home environment, 10 essential characteristics of a healthy home environment, unity of parents, the marriage relationship, and the single parent home. A healthy home environment encompasses love, respect, responsibility, honesty, and forgiveness, and the role of the father. Love and sacrifice, provision and responsibility, honor and respect, and family guidance. Today, we're talking about what creates a healthy home environment for young children and older children as well. Every family has different beliefs, traditions, and parenting styles, and I respect those differences. My goal is to share research based practices that help children thrive. Throughout this presentation, I will also include biblical perspectives for families who desire to raise their children according to Christian values. Whether your guidance comes from faith or both, many of these principles work together toward the same goal: raising children who are kind, respectful, confident, and emotionally healthy. Let's take a look at why a healthy home environment matters. A healthy home environment is the foundation upon which children grow, learn, and thrive. It's much more than having a clean house or providing necessities. It's a place where every family member feels physically safe, emotionally secure, loved, respected, and supported. Within a healthy home, children develop trust, confidence, and strong relationships, and the essential life skills they need to become successful, caring, and responsible adults. For young children, the home is their very first classroom. It is where they learn how to communicate, solve problems, manage emotions, build relationships, develop healthy habits, and understand the values that will guide them throughout life. Every interaction, routine, and experience within the home shapes their developing brain. Positive experiences help build strong neural connections that support learning, self control, emotional well being, and resilience. A healthy home environment benefits every member of the family. Parents and caregivers experience less stress when routines are consistent, communication is respectful, and responsibilities are shared. Family members learn to work together, support one another, resolve disagreements peacefully, and celebrate each other's accomplishments. These positive relationships create a sense of belonging and stability that strengthens the entire family. Healthy homes also encourage good physical health by promoting nutritious meals, adequate sleep, regular physical activity, proper hygiene, and preventive health care. Emotionally healthy homes fosters kindness, empathy, patience, encouragement, and open communication. Together, these experiences help children to develop confidence, independence, compassion, and the ability to face life challenges with resilience. A healthy home environment does not require perfection. Every family will experience disagreements, difficult days, and unexpected challenges. What does matter most is how family members respond with love, respect, forgiveness, consistency, and a willingness to continue growing together. These everyday experiences teach children that families can overcome difficulties while remaining connected and supportive. Now let's take a look at the negative impact of an unhealthy home environment. An unhealthy home environment can have lasting effects on every family member, but young children are often the most vulnerable. During the first years of life, children's brains develop at an extraordinary rate. Because they are still learning how to understand the world, they do rely on adults to provide safety, stability, guidance, and emotional security. When these needs are not consistently met, their overall development can be affected. Homes marked by frequent conflict, yelling, harsh discipline, neglect, emotional unavailability, substance abuse, domestic violence, chronic stress, or inconsistent routines may or will cause children to feel fearful, anxious, confused, and insecure. Young children often cannot understand why these situations occur, and many mistakenly believe that they are somehow responsible for the problems around them. Children living in unhealthy environments may struggle with emotional regulation, self control, attention, learning, communication, and social relationships. Some children may become withdrawn, anxious, fearful, or depressed, while other children may display aggression, defiance, impulse behavior, bullying toward others, sleep difficulties, delays in language development, poor academic readiness, or physical health concerns may also develop over time. Without positive guidance, children often imitate the behaviors they observe. If they regularly witness disrespect, anger, dishonesty, or unhealthy ways of handling conflict, they may begin to view these behaviors as normal. Conversely, children who consistently observe kindness, patience, cooperation, and healthy communication are more likely to develop those same positive behaviors. An unhealthy home environment also affects the parents and caregivers. The ongoing of poor communication, financial pressures, unresolved conflict, and a lack of support can increase frustration, emotional exhaustion, and mental fatigue. These challenges may make it more difficult for adults to respond patiently and consistently to children's needs, creating a cycle that affects the entire family. A healthy home is one of the greatest gifts that adults can not only provide each other, but their children. It nurtures children's minds, bodies, emotions, relationships, and character. The encouraging news is that change is always possible. Families can create healthier home environments by establishing predictable routines, communicating respectfully, spending quality time together, practicing positive discipline, managing stress in healthy ways, seeking support if and when needed, and demonstrating love and encouragement each day. Even small, consistent improvements can make a meaningful difference in a child's development and the well being of the entire family, while helping each family member feel valued, safe, and connected. The investment made today in creating a healthy home environment will benefit children not only throughout their childhood, but for the rest of their lives. Now let's look at the 10 essential characteristics of a healthy home environment. A healthy home environment is intentionally created each day through the choices family members make. It is not built on perfection, but solely on love, consistency, respect, and a commitment to helping every member of the family grow. These 10 characteristics provide the foundation for raising emotionally healthy, confident, and responsible children while strengthening the family. Number one, love and unconditional acceptance. Every child needs to know that they are loved simply because they're part of a family, not because of what they accomplish or how well they behave. Children who feel genuinely loved develop greater self worth, confidence, emotional security, and resilience. Love is demonstrated through affection, encouragement, quality time, patience, forgiveness, and being emotionally available. Children then learn trust, self confidence, empathy, compassion, and emotional security. Number two, safety and security. Children thrive when they know they are physically and emotionally safe. A healthy home protects children from abuse, neglect, violence, intimidation, and unnecessary fear. Family members should feel safe expressing their own thoughts, asking questions, making mistakes, and seeking help without fear of humiliation. Safety also includes maintaining a clean, organized, and child friendly environment that supports healthy growth and development. Children learn trust, confidence, independence, and emotional stability. Number three, respect for one another. Healthy families treat each other with kindness, courtesy, and respect, even during disagreements. Parents should model respectful communication, listening, honesty, and self control. Respect teaches children that every person has value and deserves to be treated with dignity. Children learn good manners, healthy relationships, conflict resolution, and appreciation for others. Number four, healthy communication. Strong families communicate openly, honestly, and respectfully. Parents listen to understand rather than simply just respond. Children are encouraged to express their feelings, ask questions, and share ideas in age appropriate ways. Healthy communication builds trust, strengthens relationships, and prevents many misunderstandings. This helps children learn vocabulary development, emotional expression, problem solving, active listening, and confidence in communication. Number five, consistent routines and structure. Children feel more secure when they know what to expect, such as predictable routines for meals, bedtime, learning, chores, play, and family activities. This reduces anxiety and helps children develop responsibility and self discipline. Consistency provides stability while helping children understand expectations. This helps children learn responsibility, time management, independence, self control, and organization. Number six, positive guidance and discipline. Discipline is most effective when it teaches rather than simply punishes. Healthy families establish clear expectations, provide consistent consequences, explain why rules exist, and focus on helping children learn from their mistakes. Children should understand that while behaviors have consequences, they are always loved and valued. This helps children learn accountability, self control, decision making, respect for rules, and personal responsibility. Number seven, emotional support and encouragement. Children experience many different emotions as they grow. Healthy families help children recognize, express, and manage those emotions in positive ways. Encouragement builds confidence, while empathy helps children feel understood and accepted. Parents celebrate effort, persistence, and growth, not just achievements. This helps children learn emotional regulation, resilience, confidence, perseverance, and healthy coping skills. Number eight, healthy living habits. A healthy home promotes habits that strengthen both physical and mental well being. This is to include nutritious meals, adequate sleep, regular exercise, good hygiene, outdoor play, limited screen time, and routine health care. When parents model healthy habits, children are more likely to develop lifelong healthy lifestyles. This teaches children healthy nutrition, personal hygiene, exercise habits, self care, and healthy decision making. Number nine, responsibility and teamwork. Every family member should be contributing to the home in age appropriate ways. Children learn responsibility by helping with simple chores, caring for their belongings, solving problems together, and participating in family decisions when they are appropriate. Working together teaches that every person's contribution matters. This teaches children responsibility, cooperation, independence, work ethic, and leadership skills. Number 10, a commitment to lifelong learning and growth. Healthy homes will value curiosity, education, creativity, and personal growth. So, families read together, explore nature, ask questions, solve problems together, develop new skills, and encourage one another to keep learning throughout life. Remember, Parents become children's first teachers by creating that environment where learning is exciting and mistakes are viewed as opportunities to grow. This teaches children curiosity, critical thinking, creativity, a love of learning, and confidence to try new things. Now, let's take a look at building a healthy home one day at a time. No family is perfect. Every family experiences challenges, disagreements, stressful seasons, and unexpected obstacles. A healthy home is not defined by the absence of problems, but rather by the way family members work together to overcome them with love, respect, patience, forgiveness, and commitment. Children do not need perfect parents. What they do need is caring adults who are willing to guide them, support them, set healthy boundaries, and continue learning alongside of them. Every single positive interaction, encouraging word, family meal, bedtime story, hugs, and meaningful conversations helps build that strong foundation children need for a successful future. When families intentionally set out to build a healthy home environment, they create a home where children feel safe, loved, respected, and encouraged to reach their full potential. These daily investments shape not only childhood, but the adults those children will one day become. Now let's take a look at the biblical perspective of a healthy home environment. In the Bible, a healthy home environment is far more than a clean, tidy space. It is a sacred place where God's love, values, and order are lived out, reflecting both spiritual purity and physical well being. Homes as a sacred and God ordered place. The Bible presents the home as a place of refuge, identity, and spiritual formation. Genesis 2:8 shows God placing Adam in Eden, the first home, as a place of communion with Him. Marriage and family life are instituted in Genesis 2:24, making the home the primary context for God's love. A healthy home is one where this divine design is honored. Cleanliness as spiritual and physical stewardship. Cleanliness in Scripture often symbolizes inner purity and order. Leviticus 11 and Leviticus 14:48 shows how physical cleanliness was linked to spiritual holiness and protection from harm. Jesus' parable in Luke 11:24-26 warns that after removing evil, a home must be filled with good, lest it be filled with worse things. This applies to both the physical and spiritual life. A healthy home is one that is spiritually clean and filled with love, peace, and God's presence. Let's take a look at order and decency in living. 1 Corinthians 14:40 commands, "Let all things be done decently and in order." This principle extends to home life. A healthy environment fosters peace, focus, and harmony, reducing distractions and promoting well-being. Godly relationships and mutual respect. Ephesians 5:22-33 and Colossians 3:18-21 model the home as a reflection of Christ's love for the church. Husbands loving sacrificially, wives submitting with respect, and children obeying parents. Healthy home life is built on mutual service, discipline, and spiritual instruction. Deuteronomy 6:6-9. A place of spiritual formation and hospitality. The home is where children grow in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Luke 2:52. It is also a place of hospitality, inviting others in and fostering community. 1 Peter 1:15-16. A healthy home is open, welcoming, and nurturing. Health and well being. A clean, organized home reduces stress, promotes mental clarity, and supports physical health by minimizing allergens and clutter. In biblical terms, this is stewardship, caring for God's gifts, which includes our homes. Let's look at love, respect, responsibility, honesty, and forgiveness next. Let's take a look at love. Children need to know that they are loved unconditionally. Feeling loved builds secure attachments, confidence, emotional regulation, and healthy relationships. Biblically, the Bible teaches parents to love one another and their children with patience, kindness, and compassion. God's love serves as an example of unconditional love within the family. Respect. Healthy families speak respectfully to one another. They listen, resolve conflicts together and peacefully, and model kindness. Biblically, scripture teaches believers to treat others with gentleness, humility, forgiveness, and respect. Responsibility. Children benefit from learning responsibility through age appropriate chores, accountability, and contributing to the family. Biblically, the Bible encourages diligence, serving others, and faithfully caring for responsibilities. When it comes to honesty, it is trust that is built when family members are truthful with one another. Biblically, the Bible teaches honesty and integrity in our words and our actions, and forgiveness. Every family experiences mistakes and conflicts, but healthy families teach children to apologize, forgive, and to repair relationships. Biblically, forgiveness is a central biblical principle and encourages extending grace while also learning from mistakes. Now let's take a look at the universal perspective, the husband and wife relationship, and here's what helps children thrive. The relationship between a husband and wife serves as one of the foundations of a healthy family. Regardless of culture, faith, or family structure, a strong partnership built on mutual respect, trust, and cooperation creates a stable environment where both adults and children can thrive. Children often learn what healthy relationships look like by observing how the important adults in their lives treat one another, demonstrating mutual love and respect. Healthy marriages are built on treating one another with kindness, respect, and appreciation, speaking respectfully, showing affection, expressing gratitude, and valuing each other's opinions help create a positive and supportive home. When children witness mutual respect, they learn how healthy relationships should look and how to treat others with dignity. Communicating openly and honestly. Strong couples make time to listen to one another, share their thoughts and feelings, and work through disagreements respectfully. Honest communication builds trust, reduces misunderstandings, and strengthens the relationship. It models healthy communication and conflict resolution skills that children need to learn. Working together as a team. A healthy marriage is a partnership in which both individuals contribute to the well being of the family. Couples work together to make decisions, solve problems, share responsibilities, support one another's strengths, and help each other through challenges. Teamwork creates stability and demonstrates the importance of cooperation and shared responsibility. Supporting one another emotionally. Life brings both joyful moments and difficult seasons. Healthy spouses encourage one another, offer comfort during times of stress, celebrate successes together, and provide reassurance when challenges arise. Emotional support strengthens the marriage and helps create a home where family members feel safe. Resolving conflict in healthy ways. Disagreements are a normal part of any relationship. Healthy couples handle conflict respectfully by remaining calm, listening carefully, avoiding insults or harmful behavior, seeking solutions together, apologizing when necessary, and practicing forgiveness. Children who observe healthy conflict resolution learn that problems can be solved without anger, fear, or disrespect, creating a stable and secured home environment. When spouses maintain a caring, respectful, and cooperative relationship, they help create a home filled with consistency, trust, and emotional security. This stability allows children to focus on learning, developing healthy relationships, and building confidence because they know they are growing up in a supportive and dependable environment. Encouraging shared family values and goals. Healthy couples discuss and work toward common goals for their family, such as raising respectful children, supporting education, maintaining healthy routines, managing finances responsibly, and creating meaningful family traditions. Working together towards shared goals strengthens family unity, and provides children with a sense of purpose, belonging, and direction. Okay, important information for parents to remember. There are times when certain conversations should take place privately and away from children. While children benefit from seeing healthy communication between parents, some discussions are best reserved for adults only. Some examples would include financial matters and budgeting concerns, disagreements involving relatives or extended family, marital disagreements or conflicts between husband and wife, important parenting decisions that require thoughtful discussion before sharing them with your children, and personal or sensitive topics that should remain private within the marriage. Protecting children from adult conflicts is important for their emotional well being. Repeated exposure to arguments or ongoing tension between parents can create feelings of fear, insecurity, anxiety, and confusion. When parents discuss sensitive matters privately and present a united, respectful approach in front of their children, they help create a home environment where children feel safe, secured, and emotionally supported. Now let's take a look at the biblical perspective of the husband and wife relationship. And here's why Christians believe that these responsibilities matter. In the Bible, husbands are called to sacrificial leadership and love, while wives are called to respectful partnership and support, reflecting God's design for unity and harmony in marriage. Marriage is a sacred union where husbands and wives are called to love, respect, and support each other, reflecting God's design and Christ's love. The purpose of marriage. Marriage is presented in Scripture as a divinely ordained covenant designed for companionship, mutual support, and unity. Genesis 2:18 emphasizes that God created a suitable helper for man, highlighting partnership, while Genesis 2:24 establishes the principle of becoming one flesh, reflecting shared life and spiritual unity with God's people. Ephesians 5:31 through 32. The role of the husbands. They are called to spiritual headship, not domination. They are to lead their families in prayer, worship, and moral guidance, modeling Christ's love for the church. Ephesians 5:25 instructs husbands to love their wives sacrificially, caring for their physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This includes providing for the family. 1 Timothy 5:8, showing respect and nurturing their wives as they would their own bodies. Ephesians 5:28 through 29. Leadership is characterized by humility, compassion, and selflessness, not authoritarian control. Here's a note to wives. There may be times when a disagreement arises and a solution cannot be made together. In this situation, the husband should have the final say. This is the wife submitting to God's authority because the husband is the head of the household. Let's look at the role of the wife. Wives are called to respect and support their husbands, submitting as to the Lord. Ephesians 5:22 through 24. This submission is not passive obedience, but a willing partnership that honors God's order and fosters harmony. Wives are also entrusted with significant influence in the home, including nurturing children and managing household responsibilities, as exemplified in Proverbs 31. Biblical examples such as Deborah, Ruth, and Abigail show that women can exercise wisdom, leadership, and initiative while fulfilling their God given roles. Mutual responsibilities. Marriage is a mutual covenant where love and respect flow both ways. Husband and wives are co laborers in life and faith, sharing challenges and blessings. 1 Corinthians 13:4 through 5 emphasizes patience, kindness, and selflessness, while Ephesians 5:33 highlights the balance of husbands loving and wives respecting. Both partners are called to reflect God's love, maintain unity, and model Christ's relationship with the church. Let's look at some key principles in Scripture. Unity and oneness. Marriage is a spiritual and physical union where husbands and wives become one flesh. Love and sacrifice. Husbands are called to love sacrificially, while wives are encouraged to respect and support their husbands. Faithfulness. Marriage is a covenant before God, requiring loyalty and fidelity. Mutual respect. Both partners are to honor each other, fostering harmony and spiritual growth. And divine guidance. Seeking God's wisdom strengthens the marital bond and helps couples navigate challenges together. Now let's look at supporting the single parent home. Whether you have found yourself navigating life after a divorce or mourning the loss of a beloved spouse, rebuilding your life can feel overwhelming. The emotional pain, uncertainty, and many new responsibilities can make it difficult to maintain the healthy home environment that you once envisioned for yourself and your children. If this is your journey, please know that you are in my thoughts and prayers. Grief is real, healing takes time, and it is important to allow yourself the opportunity to process those emotions. At the same time, though, there comes a point in the healing journey when, for your own well being and for the sake of your children, you must begin to take intentional steps forward. This does not mean forgetting your loved one or pretending the pain never existed. Rather, it means you choosing to live again while carrying those memories with you. Children also experience the loss as deeply as adults do. They too are grieving the loss of a parent through death or the change that comes with divorce, while also looking to the remaining parent for love, security, and stability. When a parent remains emotionally overwhelmed or unable to move forward for an extended period, children can begin to feel as though they have lost both parents, one physically or through separation, and the other emotionally. This can deepen their sadness, increase anxiety, and affect their sense of safety and hope. Healing is not about being perfect or not about having difficult days. It is about making the decision one day at a time to care for yourself so that you are able to care for your children. Seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Family members, trusted friends, faith communities, counselors, support groups, and other caring individuals can all play an important role in helping you through this season. Accepting help, maintaining healthy routines, caring for your physical and emotional health, and focusing on your children's needs are all positive steps toward rebuilding a healthy and a loving home. Looking at the universal perspective, every parent benefits from recognizing that healing is a process, but remaining permanently stuck in grief can have lasting effects on both the parent and the children. Children thrive when they have consistency, emotional security, loving relationships, healthy routines, and a parent who continues striving forward in spite of life's hardships. While no one expects healing to happen overnight, seeking help, practicing self care, building a support network, and setting small, achievable goals each day can gradually restore hope and stability. By taking care of yourself, you also are giving your children permission to heal, to grow, and believe that life can become joyful again. Let's look at the biblical perspective. God understands grief and walks alongside those who are brokenhearted. Scripture reminds us that there is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Grieving is not a lack of faith, it's part of being human. However, God also calls his people to place their hope in him, trusting that he will provide the strength needed for each new day. As a single parent, you are not expected to carry every burden alone. God invites you to lean on him for wisdom, comfort, and endurance. Through prayer, reading his word, fellowship with other believers, and accepting support from your church family, you can find renewed strength to continue leading your home. By faithfully caring for yourself and your children while trusting God through the healing process, you demonstrate resilience, hope, and faith that can become a lasting example for your children. Now let's take a look at the universal perspective, the role of the father. Here's what helps children thrive. A healthy home environment benefits when fathers or father figures are actively involved in the lives of their spouse and children. While every family is unique, research consistently shows that positive father involvement contributes to children's emotional, social, and cognitive development. These principles apply regardless of culture, faith, or family structure. The father's role provides love and emotional support, helps children feel safe and secure, models respect, honesty, and responsibility, participates in daily caregiving, sets healthy boundaries, and encourages learning and independence. He also provides love and emotional support. A caring father helps create a home where family members feel loved, valued, and accepted by expressing affection, offering encouragement, listening without judgment, or being emotionally available. Fathers help build strong family relationships. Children who feel loved are more likely to develop confidence, emotional resilience, and healthy relationships with others. Fathers help children feel safe and secure. Children thrive when they know the adults in their lives will protect and care for them. Fathers contribute to this sense of security by providing consistency, maintaining routines, keeping children physically safe, and offering reassurance during times of uncertainty. A secure home allows children to explore, learn, and grow with confidence. Fathers also model respect, honesty, and responsibility. Children learn by watching the adults around them. Fathers teach valuable life lessons by demonstrating respect toward their spouse, children, extended family, and others. Showing honesty, keeping promises, admitting mistakes, taking responsibility for their actions, and treating others with kindness provides children with positive examples that they can imitate throughout life. He participates in daily caregiving. Father involvement extends far beyond providing financially. Fathers need to participate in everyday caregiving, reading stories, helping with homework, attending school events, playing with his children, comforting them when they are upset, and assisting with bedtime routines. This strengthens the parent child bond and shows children that they are important and valued. He sets healthy boundaries. Children need loving guidance and clear expectations in order to develop self control and good decision making skills. Fathers help by establishing age appropriate rules, enforcing consistent consequences with patience and fairness, teaching children right from wrong, and helping children understand the reason behind family expectations. Healthy boundaries create structure while allowing children to feel safe and respected. Fathers encourage learning and independence. Fathers play an important role in helping children become capable, confident learners. By encouraging curiosity, supporting education, celebrating effort, teaching practical life skills, and allowing children to solve age appropriate problems on their own, fathers help prepare them for future success. Encouragement and guidance build resilience, independence, and a lifelong love of learning. Let's look at the biblical role of the father. For Christian families, Scripture teaches that fathers are called to lovingly lead their families, provide for their needs, teach their children God's ways, and discipline with patience and love. The biblical role of a husband is to lead his family with Christ like love, provide for their needs, guide them spiritually, and honor his wife as an equal partner. His spiritual leadership. Scripture calls the husband to spiritual headship, modeling Christ's leadership of the church. This involves guiding the family in prayer, worship, and moral instruction, and nurturing the spiritual growth of both wife and children. 1 Corinthians 11:3, Ephesians 5:23, Ephesians 6:4. Leadership is not domination, but humble, servant hearted guidance, reflecting Christ's compassion, mercy, and selflessness. The husband is to be the head of the household, responsible for guiding his family with wisdom and humility. 1 Corinthians 11:3 and 1 Timothy 3, verses 4 through 5. Love and sacrifice. Husbands are commanded to love their wives sacrificially as Christ loved the church. Ephesians 5:25 through 28. This love encompasses emotional, physical, and spiritual care, treating the wife's needs as one's own and fostering unity in the marriage. Genesis 2:24, Ephesians 5:28. Sacrificial love also includes faithfulness, honoring the marriage covenant, and maintaining sexual integrity. Hebrews 13:4, 1 Corinthians 7:3. Provision and responsibility. Husbands are called to provide for the family's material needs, working diligently to ensure the household is cared for. 1 Timothy 5:8. This responsibility extends beyond finances to include protection, guidance, and creating a stable environment for the family. Historically, husbands were seen as providers and protectors of their families, ensuring both physical and emotional well-being. Genesis 2:24. This includes managing resources wisely, caring for the household, and safeguarding the family from harm. The biblical husband is expected to act with prudence, diligence, and responsibility in all aspects of family life. Honor and respect. The Bible instructs husbands to treat their wives with honor and respect, recognizing them as co heirs of God's grace. 1 Peter 3:7. This includes valuing her opinions, nurturing her well being, and fostering mutual respect within the marriage. Biblical family guidance. Husbands are also responsible for raising children in the discipline and instruction of the Lord, ensuring that the family grows in faith and godly character. Ephesians 6:4, Colossians 3:19. This guidance should be consistent, loving, and rooted in biblical principles. Lastly, the biblical husband and father is a servant leader, provider, protector, and spiritual guide called to love his wife sacrificially, honor her as an equal, and lead the family in a way that reflects Christ's relationship with the church. When these roles are faithfully carried out, the household experiences harmony, spiritual growth, and a testimony of God's design for marriage and family life. In closing, thank you so much for joining me for this important presentation. I truly appreciate you taking the time to invest in the well being of children in your life. I hope the information that I have shared today has given you practical insights and encouragement as you work to create a healthy, loving, and supportive home environment where your whole family can thrive. If you found this presentation helpful, please leave a comment below or ask any questions that you might have. I enjoy hearing from parents, teachers, and providers, and your feedback may help others as well. Please join me for What a Healthy Home Environment Looks Like Part 2, which will be posted on or around July 18th. In Part 2, we'll explore the role of the mother, the role of the children, age-appropriate chores, and teaching responsibility through allowances. After completing this two-part series, I will continue with our early childhood development series by returning to social and emotional development. So until next time, remember that the most important years of a child's development are from ages birth to age 6. The love, guidance, and example you provide today help build the foundation for a lifetime of learning, healthy relationships, and success. Thank you for watching, and as always, education is the key that opens the door to success. Happy teaching!